Yeah, but you got a lot of people switching to other platforms now.
Yeah.
YouTube done shit to bed, man.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, you hadn't heard about that?
No, what they do?
Oh, are we recording? Cause you know,
we are
all right. Yeah, there's conservative, channels on YouTube.
Right.
Well, they're demonetizing them because they don't agree with what they're saying.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Demonetizing, trying to ban them. Oh yeah, that's something you need to look into, man.
Listen. I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. Listen, I'm not. Well, I have a lot of conservative views, and I also have a lot of liberal views, and I live in the gray area. You know what I mean? Like every other.
That's
American.
me. I'm a libertarian, man. I believe you have the right to swing your arms as all you want to do until you hit me. Then it's your ass.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like, listen, to monetize somebody's beliefs, that's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, everybody on YouTube, if you get, what is it? You have to have 10,000 views.
Yeah.
And so many subscribers. Then you can start adding commercials. Well, this was the old way. Now they automatically add commercials. But once you get so many people, you start getting like pennies for every time an ad plays when somebody watches your video. That's monetization. So you're getting money for it. Well,
if the ad companies don't agree with what you're saying or your content,
well, no.
They
Now
monetize
here's how it started. You're getting a penny for every view. Well, you have some of these guys like Steven Crowder. He's a funny dude. He's a super conservative, but he talks a lot of shit.
Oh, that's the Change My Mind guy.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Well, his channel, there was a guy on, I can't remember if it was Vox Network or something, which he's a gay guy. He's a Latino. He calls himself a Hispanic queer.
That's his name for himself.
That's what he calls himself. Well,
right.
Steven Crowder on his show, they were having this big back and forth about arguing because he'd say something to Steven Crowder, just completely break it down. And he said, this Hispanic queer. Oh, that's bad. You just called him that. He self-identifies that. I called him what he calls himself. So
so it's like the N-word. He can say it, but nobody else can say it.
They had YouTube, kinda, yeah. They had YouTube demonetizing, and then the way the left works is when they're pissed off at you, say like you have your sponsor Depends. It's like Depends adult diapers is your damn sponsor.
Right.
So everybody on the left gets together and they all do this huge, well, we're going to boycott you, Depends. We're not going to use your diapers anymore if you keep on sponsoring him. So they get them to cut sponsorship to him.
Yeah, but then he goes on Joe Rogan and he's like, "Fuck all you!
Well, see,
I'm getting everything back now."
Joe Rogan's got to watch out too because he's on the hit list too.
He's been on the hit list for a long time, and he
yeah.
could give a fuck less.
When it comes to Steven Crowder, Joe Rogan was going hard on him. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, well, Joe Rogan, I've only ever seen him go soft on one person, and that was the chick from Twitter that was on there.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he kind of softballed that a little bit. I was like, I don't know what's going on with that.
He might have been trying to smash.
Could be, cause she wasn't bad looking.
Hey,
she wasn't bad looking.
What it is?
Who knows, man?
I do respect Joe Rogan. Like that's one of the most respectable people in the media, if you would call it a guy in media.
Yeah,
he's one of the
in the podcasting world.
In the podcasting world, he's one of the most respectable guys because one, he backs his shit up. He talks his shit. He backs it up, and he's, what I'm saying, he'll be like, oh, he got some interesting shit, and look it up, check this out. Yeah. Evidence.
And then he does some crazy shit too. Like
if we had a tech guy, we could do that.
He talked to the guy that was that went to what was it, Peru, and was doing that weird ass drug they do down there, and he started seeing. That's it.
What's it called?
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, where he saw like the essence goddess of Earth or whatever, and she.
It's a form of DMT.
I was about to ask what it was.
It was a crazy
Somebody
story.
please explain.
It's a form of DMT. Essentially, it's actually they've been using it.
Is it like harder than LSD? Like
no, it's DMT. DMT.
Yeah, your brain actually. Yeah, your brain actually produces it.
The pineal gland, the third eye, so to speak, in your brain,
it releases DMT. Dimethyltryptamine. Is that right?
I think so.
It's something like that.
Is that like a super hallucinogen?
If you take a lot of it, it can be.
Well, people will smoke DMT, and actually, speaking of Joe Rogan, he's quoted as saying that when you do it, it's like you go into this different place, and then when you get done, or basically what he said was it's like resetting your computer, and when you open your computer back up, and your computer's your brain, so to speak, you got this file up in the corner that says my old bullshit. You get to choose to open it or you get to stick it in the trash.
Yeah.
My old bullshit.
Yeah,
They
it's
said
like it
it's
just makes
a
your
it's a
brain-
life changing experience is what they say.
See, I'm gonna have to wait until
Oh, shit.
I'm retired.
Denise is hooked to the Bluetooth.
She's typing. Let's see if we can Morse code out what she's typing.
No, I don't see how I'm hooked to the Bluetooth and she's hooked. Well, she bunked me off.
Get the hell off the Bluetooth, mother.
But yeah,
Yeah, like, I gotta wait till I retire.
one of my recent
Get on
recent heroes. I mean, one of my buddies showed me this guy. His name's Sturgill Simpson. He's big in the not Nashville country right now. He sings some crazy shit.
What?
But he
Yeah, Sturgill's awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Nashville country and regular country?
Oh my God.
This is
Nashville-
like this
Oh
whole
my
place
God.
gonna be like,
Here we go.
Talk to
Nashville's
me.
not even
Okay.
country anymore, man.
Yeah, Nashville's pop country now.
Yeah, it's essentially.
If you turn on the radio to a country station
Okay.
and it's new country, then you're listening to pop. You're listening to pop country.
pop
That's-
country,
That's what they say? They
No,
say?
no.
Nashville's
That's not what they
essentially
say.
like
That's how
Will
it is,
Smith to
though.
rap.
Yeah.
I like Will Smith.
To rap.
I'm not saying.
I
I'm
know
not
what you're
saying.
saying.
Compared
it's,
to
I'm
Brother
not saying
Lynch.
it's bad
Yeah, I know what
music.
you mean.
I'm not saying it's bad music, but it's music created for the masses.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not true
yeah.
to the title.
Because original country, like old country, like Hank and Hank,
Haggard.
Cash, Haggard, Waylon, those are all. I mean, it's the white man's blues.
Yeah, it's
Right.
made. It's made for the.
You have to have lived life and had bad shit happen in your life to record music like that.
Country
and
today
this-
is made for cowboys that have never seen a horse.
That's it.
The fuck?
That's
Cowboys
that's
that have
it.
never seen a horse.
That's it. And then like your
I need the young like country people to chime in on it. Like
You're-
y'all dissing them hard right now. Get on there, man. Let them know what's up.
your new old country music is stuff like Sturgill Simpson. You have like Cody Jinks.
Wheeler Walker.
He's starting to get real popular. I'm curious as to whether or not he's going to sway over to the pop side when the money starts to
So
roll.
it's like when they get money, they like
Yeah,
sell
Wheeler,
out.
Wheeler
they
Walker.
sell out.
Yeah, well, I mean that happens with even back when I listened to a whole lot of rock and heavy metal, and they'd be going hard, and then they get a record deal. They get a record deal like Metallica.
Listen, time out.
Everybody knows Metallica, right?
Time out. No.
You don't think Metallica sold out?
Give me another example. I love Metallica.
I love Metallica too.
Yeah,
and
Kirby,
that's why I
Kirby,
know
you're one of my
about it.
favorite
I mean,
guys. I don't want to cut you.
you
Talk
go-
about something else.
But look, I mean, seriously, you take them. You go from Kill 'Em All.
Yeah,
Then you have Ride the Lightning,
yeah,
and you have And Justice for All.
right.
Old Master of Puppets.
Hard-
How could I forget that? Going
I was
hard,
about to say.
going hard as
I was
hell.
about to say.
Then the Black Album. The Black Album. Now I like
It's
the Black.
some hard shit on there.
Yeah, I like. But
It
you started hearing shit.
loosened up.
You started hearing shit on the radio though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. Enter Sandman. You start hearing stuff on the radio. Well, then after that, what do you have? You had Load.
Yeah.
Load was trash.
Get out of here.
Then after that, you had Reload.
Reloaded.
Reload was more trash.
Oh.
Then you had what was
Kirby,
the
you're
one
killing
that
me
come
right
after
now.
that? What
You're
come
killing
after
me
that?
right now, Kirby. You're killing me. Reload was one of my favorites.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I got Reload. I listen to Reload still, but
trying to tell
but
you.
it doesn't go hard like they used to do. And see, I used to think it was because they was they're getting older.
Yeah, Devil's Dance.
But man,
Reload,
look at
bro,
Megadeth.
Well, yeah.
I mean, their shit's still hard. But
Yeah.
they never got the recognition Metallica did. I mean, they're selling out arenas and stadiums and
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
do their
that.
thing.
But you never. I mean, you don't turn on the radio. You don't hear
Well,
Megadeth.
I think that that comes to being a hardcore artist, and they make a certain kind of music, and then a small demographic likes it. And once you blow up, you broaden your demographic.
Well, yeah, you
and-
broaden
Go ahead.
your demographic, but you can only write so many songs, and you have to change with the times.
Correct.
I mean, you can't sing about something that happened 10 years ago.
Right.
Still, so you have to bring up new ideas and new stuff, and you got to think about it. The majority of these bands, they got 1,000 songs. You've only heard 20 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
So once they start running out of their hits, the shit that they're killing with, then they got to start moving on to the other stuff that it's not as good, but we're popular, so people are going to buy it by the masses.
You think
and we're
that
going to be able to
they
sell.
already had the songs? You think that
A lot of them.
I think a lot of them do.
a lot of them already had?
I
a lot
think
of them
I
do.
think they sit on a lot of them because I mean, just me with me starting to play country music. I've listened to country. I grew up with old country.
Yeah, like country's still
I
kind of
mean,
new
you know,
thing to me.
I'm from here, so I grew up. I had to listen to old country because that's what everybody played.
Right.
And then I got into rock, man. And I went hard into rock. But you hear my accent. I can't be up here singing no heavy metal, man. I mean, it sounds retarded.
I'm gonna kill you.
I mean, it wouldn't sound right? So I started back into country again.
You hear me? I do feel.
Yeah, that's an awesome
I
song.
feel.
Yeah. You got to do the James.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it's like it's crazy because I've got back into country, and when I got back into country, I was expecting because I mean I didn't listen to country for a long time.
The old stuff that.
But I was expecting to step back into what I grew up with.
Right.
And it's this bullshit.
Then you heard all your songs on the oldie station.
Well, I mean that's everything I listen to.
Pretty
on here.
much.
On the oldest station.
Like I don't know what's going on with Apple Music, but they really about to lose a customer, which is me. I got the family plan, so I got about 5-6 people on mine.
Okay.
On mine, and like it's like the stuff that I like, you know, the old school, late 80s, early 90s hip hop. It's like it's gone.
Really?
They getting rid of it. It's not on. It's not available.
You reckon? You think it's because it's offensive?
I don't know.
You think it's offending people?
I don't know.
Because see, if I'm listening to hip hop,
But like they only talk about. I mean, like they only talk about shooting people. I mean, like, like I don't understand why some people.
It promotes violence, Anthony.
I don't understand why some people are afraid of black people. We don't kill each other. We don't kill nobody but each other. That's just.
Damn.
That's hardcore fucking facts right there, bro. Like that's just it is what it is. We're not scared. You see a bunch of black dudes walking down the road, I should be sweating, not you.
you got
It
a
depends
point.
if you're. Oh, it depends on what neighborhood you're walking
It
into.
don't matter, bro. Like if we walk in a bad neighborhood, 9 times out of 10, I'll go before you go.
Oh yeah, because they probably think I'm a cop.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Oh
No,
shit!
I
Don't even get me started on that. I get that shit all the
I don't
time.
care about the reasoning. It's just like they be like, "Oh, I seen some black guys walking down the road and I crossed the street." Bitch, why? I should cross the street.
Damn.
That's hardcore facts. But still, if I like they getting rid of my shit and I'm about to go to title.
Well, see that's crazy. 'Cause if
Go to YouTube.
Title.
YouTube, you can get all the music that you want for free. Well, you can do the family plan. I have it. Denise.
Can you have like the playlist like Apple Music?
Yeah.
You know, got your playlist and albums on your phone and stuff like that. Don't do it now. Show me later.
Yeah. They have an app. It's YouTube Music.
I seen it's like $14 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying about the same.
I mean,
You about to be right. I think so.
And
Because
you
I was
can
about to
play
go
it.
to Tidal because I thought Tidal was having it, and I heard Tidal had the.
well, I wouldn't
the
give Apple any
classics.
money anyway, but I'm one of those anti-Apple people.
I was on Apple.
yeah,
because,
I'm all about Apple. Sorry.
I was on it because
I
my
wish
niece,
this
my
was
niece
an
got
Apple
Apple.
iPad.
Well, both my nieces got Apple, and I'm just. My wife had Apple at the time, and it allowed me to download Apple Music on my Android phone. So as long as I was paying for it, and
Yeah.
I'm paying for it. If you're getting rid of my music and I can't listen to what I'm,
Then
I'm
ain't
drop-
no reason for me to
I'm
have it
dropping
anymore.
songs, and I'm the one paying for it. You understand?
That's
Yeah, I'm the
bullshit.
old head in the group.
Yeah, but the good thing about YouTube is
I want
you
the
can
money
find. You don't just have to listen to the popular stuff as well. You can find stuff that of up and comers like was that Lil Fo
Fo.
that was on here. He's on YouTube. You can pull him
Yeah.
up and have him in your playlist.
Oh wow! So I can put it like he played the video without the screaming on.
Yeah,
Oh, so I can pull up a YouTube video.
and listen.
And
to
you
it.
play the
And
audio
just
without
listen
having to
With the
keep your
audio.
screen on.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah,
listen
Get
to
outta
all,
here.
I gotta
yeah,
check
you can
that
listen to
out.
all of our
Sold.
podcasts on your playlist.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Sold. Hey,
And
hey, Anthony's Apple Music family. We're going to YouTube. we about to switch like, today. I'm gonna send the memo out, and when it stopped working, that's why it stopped working. We're going to YouTube.
I think that's the fastest turnaround we ever had. 'Cause I looked over, it turned black on
Right as you
OBS,
saw
and I was like, get on that shit.
Be on top of it.
Is that like a timer issue on the camera?
Well, it's
The
I
cameras
guess
are
with
made for
DSLRs,
photos.
they're only allowed to take 20 to 30-minute videos.
Yeah.
It's made for photos. It's a Canon camera. It's made for photos.
No, it's Nikon.
I don't know, man. If you
The
look at
Canons are the ones that I believe will do it. Or you can download programs to for the software in the thing.
Yeah.
And you can do it to that one too, but it makes me nervous.
I don't know.
I got I did what I got on there. When I bought it, I bought some like a huge memory card for it.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't go. None of this goes into the memory card of the camera.
Yeah, it's
okay,
going
so
straight.
this is-
It's feeding
this-
straight to the
Yeah,
computer.
this is just
Oh,
a stream.
It
Okay.
all hooks into that little box right there.
So according
And
to the
then
camera,
top-
it's not being used.
Yeah, it's just sitting in live mode.
Yeah. So it's like going into like screensaver.
It's like,
or
yeah, we're
something,
done.
kinda
What are you
that's
doing?
going to sleep.
Well, every 30 minutes, even if we're recording, you can only do a live mode for like 30
Well, see,
minutes.
yeah, my buddy,
To where it saved 30
Anthony
minute
Wyatt.
videos.
I got it. Try to save the battery.
Anthony Wyatt, the engine, he come and
You can.
yeah, he's my engine.
The red man.
He has an awesome camera, but it's a DSLR, but it's pretty much it's marketed for people that are shooting videos.
Yeah.
And he shot me. I played an open mic at the Cedar Stump in Troutman.
Right.
He videoed the whole thing, which was only like 15 minutes. But then I went out to Sasha's on the lake, and I probably played 45 minutes to an hour there. And about halfway through, he told me, he's like, all right, he said, I only get one more song. I was like, damn, did we fill up that whole memory card? He said, he has a huge memory card. He said, no, he said, the issue with those cameras, when you're recording like in 4K,
Yeah.
is they go into a buffer, and then it has to go from the buffer to the memory card. So the buffer can go quicker, and it takes it more time. So eventually you fill up the buffer, and it's not writing it to the memory card fast enough, so you actually have to stop.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy.
So what? He couldn't wait for a break. Like you couldn't just take a break.
I don't take breaks, friend.
You don't take breaks.
No, if I'm playing like a 3-hour show, every hour I'll take like a 10, maybe 15-minute break, and I'll, go get something to drink, and I'll talk to people.
You a damn professional is what
but
you
like-
are.
Get on
Damn,
stage and get this shit done.
You're the motherfucking professional
but like
right
when,
there.
at this open mic down there, I wish they had more people, but I kind of like that they don't have more people. When I go down there, there'll be anywhere between 3 and maybe 5 people down there doing open mic.
Yeah.
And, people go up there, they'll do 2 or 3 songs, and I can go up there and, man, I got a 3-hour set. I play however long they want me to play, so I just sit up there and I just play and play and play and play.
They don't book you.
Hey.
They
Yeah,
book you.
I'm booked
You're
there for July the 5th.
July the 5th.
Yeah.
I wanted to promote that.
We should write 5 minutes apiece and go up there.
Yeah,
Say it
you
again?
totally
And do
can.
comedy.
Yeah, it's open mic. You can do whatever you want to
5
do.
minutes.
Do 5
Man,
minutes.
I've never done comedy at all.
You ought to try it.
It's
not
fun, dude.
I guess I'll have to write me a bit.
They love Wheeler Walker there. It blew my mind. I mean, I've gone different places. I've played at different places, and they're, you get a couple laughs. Man, I went there. It was already dark when I got there because I had left the Cedar Stump and went down there to play down there.
And
I
this is
walked
at
up.
Sasha's place,
This
right?
is Sasha's
Where
on the
you're
lake,
playing,
where I'm
on
playing
the 5th.
July the 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I went down
Sasha's
there
place,
and
July the 5th.
and and the guy hit me up. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "You don't need any warm up songs."
Okay.
I said, "What do you mean don't have any warm up songs?" He's like, "Oh yeah," he said, "You don't have to play any of the regular, just run of the mill stuff that you normally play." He's like, "Just go ahead and jump right into Wheeler." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, man, this is your crowd." He's like, "They're drunk."
Get in there,
I got up there and I said, "All right, I heard everybody wants a Wheeler," and they went crazy, dude. They're like, "Yeah, Wheeler." And, all right then. So I played a bunch of Wheeler, man. They went nuts. Well, I run out of Wheeler to play, and I started playing. Crowd died down. People started rolling out. It was towards the end of the night.
Yeah.
It was like, man, that really had it blew my mind. It really had their attention. I was like, I got to work in a way to throw my songs and do like a Wheeler song, one of my songs, Wheeler song, one of my songs.
Dude, hey, it's all about the craft, man. You know how to tweak your show to make it work.
It's hard to find a crowd that likes my sort of music. Everybody wants to hear, like we were talking, everybody wants to hear the pop. Well, I mean, it's not even like that anymore. I was told that if you want to make money playing music, you got to play country. They say, rap will sell to a certain crowd. Heavy metal will sell to a certain crowd. Oldies. They said oldies does pretty good, like old rock. They
Yeah.
said it does pretty good. But they said country. Country is where you make your money. They said because anybody can go into a bar and sit down, and it's like if there's country playing in the background, man, it's background music. Or if they dig it, hey man, this is good. So they said you can make money doing
Yeah,
country.
I was about to say pop, but then I thought about it. Pop is kind of attention getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a pop song.
Yeah, it's like,
on,
look at me.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Lady Gaga.
Yeah. it's right there in your face. Where
Yeah.
country is kind of a little bit more laid back.
Kind of
But,
somber.
Yeah, it's it's kind of crazy because I thought that's how it's going to be, and that's really not how it is.
Is that just like in the South, or have you, like, I don't know how many venues you played? Like, did you like go out west and try it and see?
No. No, this is relatively new for me. I mean, I've been playing guitar since I was high school age.
Right.
But it would be, I'd go to a party or something. It'd be a Christmas party, and be sitting out in the garage and break out a guitar, and you play for 3 or 4 people. Hey man, you're good. You ought to play. It's like, yeah, whatever. And it would be like that.
Yeah.
Well, I finally, it was January. It was New Year's Eve, and we went to. I ain't gonna say the place because they give away the guy. But we went to a local bar, and this guy got up there. He started playing, and I was like, my God. And I asked the bartender. I was like, how much did he get paid to do 3 hours in here? And they said, oh, about $200.
That ain't bad.
I said, dude.
That's like 70 something, 80 something bucks an hour.
Like, dude, I could do so much
70
better.
something bucks?
About 70, yeah.
I can do better than
5.
this. So I made a New Year's resolution. I said, by June, I'm going to have a setup and be able to play and get paid. I beat it by a month, man.
Fucking A.
I mean, went all the way, played. I went and played up at the Rabbit and everything, and, just to get it out there, get my practice in and everything.
Yeah,
I went and did
yeah.
all these open mics just for practice. And the same weekend, I did a yard party out in Cool Springs
All right.
for a kid graduating from Marine boot camp.
Nice.
That
Nice.
was an awesome show, and I did the Rabbit for pay on the same weekend. And I was like,
So you went from
I beat it by a month.
I'm practicing.
Yeah, just playing
then-
around,
Right.
play for friends at campfires and stuff,
right.
to actually getting paid to play. Yeah, it's
That ain't bad.
yeah, man. I mean, everybody's like, man, you're so good. I'm like, hey, it's practice. I've had years and years of practice.
Yeah,
I've
but
just
if you-
never done it in front of people.
Bro, like even if you're doing like small shows, let's say you decided to do, I'm gonna start doing 2-3 shows a day, and like
I don't know my voice to hold out with that.
if you do like 2 shows a day, right? Let's say you decide to do 2 shows a day.
Yeah.
If you decide to do 2 shows a day, man, like that's a job. So that's more than a job.
Well, hell, one show a
ultimately-
day, that's $200 a day.
Ultimately, that's my
Yeah.
goal. I want to be able just to play music.
Play for a living.
I don't want to be famous. I don't want to have. I mean, I'd like to have albums for people that I play for to buy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be. I don't want the whole nation to know who. I don't care. I want to be able to play music
I
because
think you're
it's
thinking
fun.
too small, man.
It's fun for me.
I know. I think you're thinking too small, and I know you're not want to do
just-
it. But I think you got the potential because I heard you play.
I'm too abrasive of an individual to be that well known.
No.
Well, but see, if
But like
you did
we
get
need that.
if you did get that well known, it would more essentially just be organic. It would happen naturally.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
it
need
would
that.
Because
have to.
that's the way that things
would have
have
to.
to happen
But
when
see,
it comes to success. Because if not, you get
I
overpowered.
feel like there are too many people, and this is from my experience just in this local area, but I mean, it's got to be everywhere. There's too many people that think they're going to get out there and think, okay, well, I've had a couple shows or a couple places have paid me to play, and they think, oh shit, next stop, Nashville, I'm going to be famous.
Yeah, they
and
think they're a
they're
rock
gonna be
star.
worldwide.
Uh-huh.
No, man, you can't have that attitude.
It's a slow build, man.
Yeah, you have that attitude, you're gonna get let down quick, and it's not gonna be an easy letdown either.
Yeah, because reality is harsh.
And see,
Reality is harsh.
I think the fact that I've waited until I'm in my 40s, I think the fact that I've waited this long has really actually helped me, because you got all these young cats out here that how's it Casey Kasem used to say? He said, keep your feet on the ground and your head in the clouds or some shit like that. They ain't got their feet in the ground no more.
So
they
they
up there floating. They up there
Alright, cool.
floating.
Well, they don't know what reality
And
is.
yeah, that's true.
essentially.
And their gas is going to run out, and they're going to crash.
Yeah, and if you, the fall from grace is
That's
from
it.
that high
Yeah.
that you put yourself is like a self-identified high.
That there's
It's
a lot
pretty
of
hard.
real big fish in a little tiny pond, and they get out there. They say some sharks out there.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, but being an older guy, especially with the contract wise, like it'll be harder to swindle you.
Oh,
it
yeah.
would be one of them.
Oh yeah. Well,
Really,
and,
really
and,
young.
Well,
and
yeah,
another,
because they have no knowledge of real life.
another benefit to being older is like in the last 3 weeks, I've sat down. I wrote 8 songs in the past 3 weeks, and I've played them live. Now, there's some that has gotten like mixed reactions. Like, but it's like okay, that I like it. I wrote that song for me. Well, so I'd still play it. But I've had some songs people just blow up. People love them.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap. And I was talking to somebody and said, well, you've been playing music since you were in high school. Why haven't you been writing music this whole time? And I actually sat down and I thought about it one night. I said, I can go back and I've got notebooks from when I was in high school of some of the lyrics I wrote. And I look at them like, dude, this is some juvenile shit. Like I didn't know anything about the world. I didn't know how life was.
Yeah, but
well, I've been knocked down and dragged around now. I can write some freaking songs now.
I still think that you should put that music out because that naivete is relatable to younger people.
Yeah, but it's not me.
It was you.
It was me. But
exactly.
That's not me.
I
now.
still think you need to put it like in song format.
Now see, I could totally write it.
You know what I mean?
And I wouldn't mind selling it to somebody, let somebody else perform it. I couldn't perform it because that is not me.
It's authentic. It was authentically
at
you.
the time. At
it's
the time,
like you can like put an old song like a song from the time you that time when you were really young, and progressively take later and later songs, make an album, and have like a progression. Like you can call it coming of age.
Yeah, I get
like
that could be a possibility.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, the crazy thing is, even the stuff I wrote, like back when I was in high school and just got out of high school,
yeah,
you would be trying to market that towards kids that age, right? And kids, kids nowadays wouldn't get a lot of that stuff because the culture has changed so much.
I think they still would get it because growing up as a kid don't really change. The only thing that's different is the internet and the indoctrination and the time, man. That's all it is.
This is what would happen. This is what would happen. You'd lose everybody on the references.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
On reference alone, they'd be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
What's this old man singing about?
And I mean, besides, if that's something.
And stuff about first girlfriends and how your first first love made you feel and shit like that. I'm pretty sure you got shit like that, and that's infinitely relatable.
If that's something that you wrote back then when you were inexperienced and learning and everything, okay, and now he's experienced and can do everything he wants to. It's like a child working on a motor, okay? And then they go to school and they come back, and now they can really work on the motor. Why would you want to put?
Yeah, why would you want to go back?
Why would you put your child skills to the test as opposed to your new skills that you can do anything?
I got an answer. It's to show the progression of yourself. That's what I mean. Like that's why you can make the album and call it "Coming of Age."
Yeah, but what happens if that one person hears that one song that he wrote back then, and they don't know that he's this artist now? But they hear that and they go, that guy sucks.
That would suck to get that as a first impression.
That's 2 minutes that they listen to and
oh man, yeah.
Well, that's just not who you want.
In the ether.
But you have to let it happen.
I don't think you should deny that part of yourself.
You would have to release that like a Garage Days album or something.
Yeah, I don't think
totally
you should,
under the table for
I
fans.
don't think you should deny that part of yourself because that's a part of your life that made you who you are.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and music is all about expression. You express yourself from a young age to your mature age now, and that progression of expression is noteworthy. It's worthy.
We'll definitely keep that in mind, but we got to get the first album out first.
Yeah.
Well, also, can't
that
you?
can be the first album.
No, that will not be the first album.
Oh man, I want to hear some of it.
Also, can't you go back and look at your old stuff and kind of update it? Or say,
you
okay, I got
probably
the premise I was going after, but how would I say it nowadays?
I think I'm gonna wait until I'm running on fumes before I start digging into the past stuff. 'Cause I mean, I've got so much stuff now that's just, it's like, I start writing one song, I get halfway through, I'm like, shit, turn the page and start another song. Now I got to go back to the first song and start writing that.
Yeah.
And right now that's still in the stage where I am. So maybe whenever that runs out and I start grasping at straws, maybe I can go back to that and look at that.
Because I'm really interested in a different background to myself. Now I would definitely be interested in your state of mind, and while listening to it, I would relate it to my state of mind at that same age. Because I was a crazy motherfucker.
I did a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah, no, I did a lot of, I'm not dumb, but crazy shit. It's a difference between dumb and crazy.
I did some dumb shit.
I did some crazy shit. So I was a crazy dude. And I would like to know, like, of course, you probably can't, did you come up in the country?
My whole family's country, but I come up as a military brat. I've been all around this country.
I can't relate. I
But
can't
see,
relate to the travels. I can't relate to the different experiences.
the crazy thing about, you know, I've got family that grew up and never left Statesville.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
do
like
too.
you know that they know the same people. They've known the same people their whole life. Went from kindergarten all the way through high school, and sometimes even college, with
Right.
the same group of people. And that's not me, man. That's why I can make friends so fast, and that's why when people piss me off or if we have a falling out, I say, "Fuck you, kick rocks," because I grew up as a military brat, and normally you spend anywhere between 3 and 5 years in one place. So you got to learn to make friends quick, and you got to learn to be able to let people go.
Also, yeah, you don't got that innate attachment.
That's it.
To people,
So you
just
like
like
you
that.
like yeah you learn how to just completely just it's like, okay, see you, I'm gone.
And then
It's
no,
weird.
No,
You know,
no feelings left behind.
yeah.
Just
There's still
fuck it.
there's still some friends I have from when I was a kid that I think about every now and then, like, I wonder where this person is. And social media makes that a lot easier because I can, you know, it's still kind of a bitch, but it's a lot easier than it used to be where I can actually type in their name and, you know, I might get 500 hits. Well, if I'm bored one day, I can sit there and roll through them like, I think that's him. And you hit them up like, hey, man, are you so-and-so that used to live here? Like, yeah. Like, hey, man, I remember you from when I was a kid, and you start talking again.
Oh
You
yeah.
find out how people change. That's kind of interesting, too.
Yeah, I believe that.
But, I
But
mean,
people
yes,
change.
it's-
We're talking about people change. People change like every couple years, bro.
yeah, man.
8
People
years.
go through cycles, man. It's
It's
weird.
so crazy. That's crazy that you can just be this guy who believes in something so wholeheartedly on Tuesday, have a life-changing experience, and by Thursday you're like, you know what? That was fucking stupid.
I changed my mind.
Like when I went to prison, we went to this boot camp system, and they made us write this letter to ourselves, and they were going to send it to you 10 years later, and I just got it a few months ago.
Oh wow.
And when I read it, I was like, what the fuck?
God, I would-
Who is this guy? Because I'm like,
What's up, bro? You got your new rap label yet? Da 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 da. Hope you're making. I'm like, you knew nothing about life. I was mad at myself for a minute. I was just.
And see,
What the fuck?
I wish I would have did that.
but that feeling that you have when you looked at that letter,
Yeah.
that's how I feel when I look at the shit I wrote
Exact-
back
well,
in high
that's-
school.
That's how I know. That's how I was
Yeah.
related as soon as you said that. Well, dude, I read old songs that I wrote back when I was in the 18, 19, my early 20s, and I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, I mean, why wouldn't you?
It was relevant back then.
Well, it's not relevant.
The thing is you have the knowledge now to where when I read it, I'm like, I know what I was trying to say. I'm like,
Well, why didn't you just say it like this? Or why didn't you just say it instead of beating around the bush about
Yeah.
it? You know what I mean? You could have been more straightforward, and that would have gotten this, and then you would have just, like, you just
Use the
dissect something
Use
that
the
you gotta-
metaphor, Kenny.
Well, it wasn't even really metaphor.
Metaphor,
It
yeah.
was the fact that I
Metaphor
didn't know what
man.
the fuck I was talking about, and I was trying to sound like I did.
Instead of Method Man, he's
Yeah,
Metaphor
he was
Man.
metaphor man.
metaphor. I could still kick
Yeah,
Batman's
I'm-
ass.
That might sell.
I'm cold like crystallized ice. In the way. Low water temperature. Temperature low water. I'm cold. I'm like, okay, just say you cold, bro. You a cold piece of work.
So they call me Kelvin because I'm freezing. Kid Kelvin.
I like that.
Cold as
I like
ice.
it. Oh, if that's a new rapper, we're gonna know where the fuck he got it from.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna say that guy watched the Empty Tumbler.
That'll be a new pop country singer.
Yeah.
Kelvin.
Watch. Kid Kelvin.
Kid
Kid
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Kid Kelvin.
I
It'll-
kind of like the name.
It'll be a black country singer.
Like who? Like Lil Nas X?
That's what he's gonna look like. He's gonna be kitted out just like him, but he'll have spurs. And he'll walk around with a glass of sweet tea with big ice cubes in it. That's gonna be Kid Kelvin.
Aren't you saying a bucket of chicken with some watermelon? That makes
No, man, no,
can
that
say it.
makes it.
This is so stereotypical.
That made it racist right
He's like, he's got sweet tea.
there. Well, that's country. Sweet tea is country.
Sweet tea
I
is
drink the
country.
hell out of sweet tea. Sweet tea.
I
Sweet
ain't gonna
tea.
lie, I got a bucket of watermelon upstairs. And you know, it's nice real shit.
Some watermelon today. I think if you don't like watermelon, something wrong with your ass.
Yeah, so yeah, this, you're not,
If
that's
you don't like
un-American.
if you don't like fried chicken, something wrong with your ass.
I ain't never met nobody who didn't like chicken. Go ahead,
Me
lie to
neither.
me.
I had to.
Me neither. I'm not even gonna try.
I ain't never
I'm not
met
even gonna
nobody
try.
who
I'm
don't
like,
like
I had to
chicken.
think about it. Well, I
How
met.
we get stuck with the chicken and everybody
I don't
like
know.
chicken?
I don't
he
get
went all
vegans.
crazy.
How can you be a vegan and walk into a house that's frying chicken?
Bro,
How can you? How? That's fucking willpower.
tell them about the vegan fucking energy bar.
So when we did,
What?
he had to have it. Okay. We go to this. We show up to
WAME.
92. Yeah, WAME.
Check that out.
Like
actually.
an hour and a half early, because we were under the impression that we were gonna be on at 8. So we show up at like 7:30 or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we get there, and he's like, "Well, yeah, we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna be on the radio for a half an hour, and he's not coming in until about 8:30." I'm like,
Like,
"Fuck!"
damn.
I'm like, "Well, is there a coffee shop or somewhere around here?" And so we go to this.
I know where you
we
went.
go to that juice bar.
You
up
know
there.
where-
I know where you went. I ain't
Dude,
been there, but I know where you went.
Great smoothie. I had a strawberry banana smoothie. You had a milkshake,
Chocolate shake.
chocolate shake, and he was farting through the whole damn
You
thing.
wasn't about to tell, bro.
I could hear him do like the desk would go.
It's like
I'm
an engine running.
and I look over.
I'm lactose
But
intolerant.
anyways, we get up, we're paying, and they got these vegan energy bar, protein bars. And he goes,
Vegan protein bar, and I go, don't do it. I just flat said, don't do it. Don't
gonna
do it.
be
You're not
good.
gonna. And he's like, and I'm getting that. And then he's like, you're gonna eat it with me. I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, hey, you're gonna take a bite of it. Nope.
I said, come on, man.
Come on,
Don't
come on.
be a fucking spoiled sport.
and
Eat
then
it
I
with
go, I grab a little piece off of it, I throw it in my mouth.
I go, you're him. I knew what they taste like. And he throws it in his mouth. I said, you go with that?
He goes, yeah, and I go, I spit in the fucking
All right,
wrapper.
you ate
and
your
put it
part.
there, and he's sitting there going, blah, blah. Like something strange was in
Bro,
his mouth, and it
it's-
wasn't
What was it
food.
made out of?
I don't know, but it looked like
Dog shit and
dog
tears.
food. It smelled
tears.
like dog food. I looked at it. It was like I was like, oh, that's a doggy treat cake. It looks like, and he took it off. It was kind of like I guess you would call it chewy, but I took some off. It was kind of stretchy, kind of like bubblegummy or whatever, and had some nuts on it. So peanuts or
No, they
cashews.
weren't.
There
They were
you
not
go.
nuts. They were
There you
granola.
go.
granola. That's
Yeah,
what it
it
was.
was nuts. Vegans don't eat
All I
nuts
know,
either.
I fucking
Do they not eat nuts?
I don't think so.
My sister does it.
I
She's vegan.
popped this son of a bitch in my mouth.
I think they have.
And I'm like, and it's like the worst thing
It
I've
was
ever.
that good, huh?
It was terrible.
I was
I was hating life at that moment.
It was great too, because there was like 3 or 4 people in there, and you could tell they just woke up. This is part of their morning routine. They go into this coffee shop, they drink, nice, wake up, da da da. We're in there.
I know. I saw your
vegan bars.
I saw
I
the
saw
guy
like
walk
your-
outside. He was like,
your advertisement video that you do before you start recording. I
Yeah.
saw that you recorded it, and it looked like you were in the hallway from the Terminator movie. You know when he goes through the mall and he's walking down that access hallway.
Oh,
That's how I feel when I go to the
shit.
Statesville Mall and I walk in one of those side entrances and you're walking down that hallway with the tile. I feel like the Terminator when he's got that box of roses that has a shotgun inside of it.
fucking evil T.
I thought it's like, man, look, they're in the Terminator hallway, and it's like, oh no, they're
No,
in
it was,
WAME.
it was WAME studio. That was a good time. That was
fun.
really, really fun.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Billy Buck. Thank you,
I
Kyle.
watched y'all. Let me correct myself. I listened to you at work. I had my phone set up and I had in my Bluetooth, and I listened to that. That was
appreciate
really good, man.
Appreciate the support. Like,
Yeah,
like
it was fun.
seriously.
It was just like doing a podcast, but we
Yeah.
couldn't cuss.
It really was. It was so hard not to cuss.
That's why I said,
Fucking
oh my.
A.
I said, holy crap, these boys are going to be on WAME.
Dude, we get off the radio. We get off. I don't know if I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna say it anyways. We get off the radio, and the thing turns off, and you hear Billy Buck go, "Yeah, you can't say fuck." And he goes, "Wait, are we still recording?"
That was a good time.
I said, man, I hope they got a big red button there. They're on a delay or something.
It was all live.
This
It
is
was
going to be
100%.
It was
interesting.
live, bro.
But I did like their setup though. Their video cameras. They had
Little webcams it looked like.
They were, but he's like they were medium, low to medium end webcams, and I'm like really, and the video quality sucked. But fuck, dude, you get 4
Yeah, for that's all you
webcams
really need.
that are high quality. You fucking be shooting in 4K
Yeah, yeah.
and
But
have different angles.
and he just had like a little pole. And
Yeah,
the
little
camera was
tripod.
maybe yay big.
Well, I mean, all you really need is what, 1, maybe 2 really good cameras where you're focused on the people that are talking. then you have like your background camera. So like you have one up in a corner or something looking
Yeah.
up. That doesn't have to be a high quality camera.
Well, but dude, they got if you did it with GoPros, because essentially all we're using is a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we're putting the voice to it when we're talking, so it's not. I mean, damn, we could have. And they had them on these little ass tripods that were really thin. And if you watch the video,
You see 'em
if
shake.
you look really hard, you can
You see
actually
'em
see
shake.
one of them in the back. But if
Oh,
you
really?
didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know.
So how
Statesville is beautiful in the morning.
Yeah,
how,
it is.
how did you get on that show? I'm just curious.
Okay.
One drunken
what brought you
night.
to their attention?
So not their attention. We have a good friend of mine. Well, you know him, Kyle Houston.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, good guy. So Kyle's like,
Hey, wow, that made a big difference.
we're talking about he said we're talking about the flag stuff, and we want to get the local opinion. You're more than he been asked me to come on to the show, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to come on. And I was like, well, you know, just get the whole MP Tumbler cast, and both of us coming in. He said, yeah, let's do it. What did he say? 8:00.
8:00.
Tuesday. Oh, Wednesday, whenever. Tuesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Now was
8
Kyle
o'clock.
there at 8:00?
No, he showed up like right before he started.
He was at 8:30. He literally showed up, set his coffee down, said, "You ready?"
Yeah, he showed up. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. You want some water? You want some water? Cups, water. You ready? Here we go. And that was it. But we came through. He said yeah, and a drunk Mr. Tumbler was like, yeah, let's go.
I got this.
I say this guy's sauced up right now, but yeah, we'll show.
He'll be there.
cool,
Trust me.
man.
Don't worry about it.
I've seen Kyle on there quite a few times.
That's a show. He got
Well, see, you know, I never really, I saw Kyle in the social setting. I'm not, you know, not gonna put him on blast, but I've
Yeah.
seen him in the social setting, and it's just kind of, yeah, he's just that guy. Well, then after I saw him on WAME, I saw him on there. It was him and Eddie Lavaglio, and I think Bubba Speece was there with him that day too.
Yeah.
And it was all three of them, and they were talking politics. I said, you know, I might have got the wrong read on this guy. This guy's really actually got his shit together. And then I found out that he owns, you know, like two businesses
two
now.
insurance firms.
I was like, yeah. I said, okay,
He's a cool dude.
let's talk to this guy. And I got to talking to him. Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him.
But like he didn't like the fact that he was like known in the social setting. I was like, bro, that's kind of like you the everyman.
Yeah.
Everyone goes out and has fun and everything.
Yeah.
Don't be some stuck up politician who's up on his high horse. You know what I'm saying? Who can't connect with.
Well, but he's
regular
running for
people.
city council.
Yeah,
the
I'm
poli-
definitely gonna vote for him.
The politicians we have downtown right now, it's like they try too hard.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
They'll
are you
shut-
human?
they'll-
Are you human? Do anything human?
They'll show up to all this stuff, and it's like, oh, and they're you know, kissing hands and shaking babies at all at all these things they go to, and it's like it's obviously politics.
Yeah.
And he's the first person I've met that's into politics and interested in politics that isn't like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a real
He's
person.
a real
Yeah,
guy.
he's
man.
a
real
I really
person.
like that, man.
Someone
that's
tag
cool.
Kyle Houston. Someone tag Kyle Houston.
Is he friends with us on the thing?
Of course.
I tagged him. Then I tagged him.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Oh,
whoa, my bad. But yeah, like I do like the fact that he's a real guy,
Yeah.
and he's just like not a politician. I mean, like I can't relate to who's the guy that we went to go see. Somebody, William Morris.
Yeah, William Morgan.
William Morgan.
With right on the money.
Yeah. Nothing against that guy, but I just can't relate to him because I've never seen him out and about enjoying his life.
Well, yeah, and he's not anywhere.
He's not accessible.
Yeah, he's older than our dad. He could be our dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like he's with Kyle. He's our genre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where we can talk, we can relate. Hey, talk about stuff that's relatable. You know what I mean? As opposed to
And he can go toe to toe with the business end of it.
Yeah.
So he's multidimensional, and that's why I guess this is a
that's
vote,
his rap name.
I guess
multidimensional.
I guess this is a vote for Kyle Houston podcast now.
Yeah.
But
Man,
still,
I've been on his ass. I was like, dude, you really need to change your insurance. I said, if you can find any way, and if it's not too expensive, I said you need to do "Stand By Me" needs to be your insurance song. And he said, that's a good idea. I was like, mm-hmm. I was like, I just don't know how much it's going to cost. Because he always, you know, that's obviously when he goes on WAME, that's obvious segue into his business
Right.
a lot of times. Which I mean, I can't blame him. I'd do it too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing here right now.
It's self-promotion.
Sasha's, July the 5th, 6 to 9 p.m.
Oh, yeah, we messed up. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by CCS Motorsports for all your on-road and off-road needs.
If you can dream it, we can build it.
Better than anybody
Sure.
else.
Damn it. On it.
All right,
On it.
got it.
But I'm just saying, like, that's, like, it's good to have fresh blood who's worthy of
Well, see,
leadership.
I think a lot of what scared. He said
me
he
see
had,
a
he said he had
neon
run
signs
before, and he didn't win it before when he ran.
He ran for mayor.
Yeah, and I think if people, with his accessibility, if people got to know him, I think he would have won it.
Definitely.
But I think you have a lot of people, even people my age, and people, hell, people y'all's age, because y'all are younger than me.
Yeah.
But it's like you see a young guy like him, and you're like, what's this fool know?
Yeah.
He's too young, and you see all these other young people like out in California and all these big cities, and you see the shit that they're doing. And you're like, look at this crazy shit. It's like,
Yeah.
you think I'm gonna elect a young
He's
person
not-
to run
Yeah.
some
He's
stuff?
not cut from the same
No,
cloth.
no,
he's not.
he's a straight up dude, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely would recommend.
If he is in my district, I will totally vote for him. Because
Totally.
I think that's how city council works. Is you have to live in a certain area to decide who runs that certain area.
Yeah. But like you said, bro, the guys in office right now, they picked their hill to die on.
Yeah, they picked the wrong hill to die on. That's for damn sure. Ooh, November is going to be interesting.
Yes. And I can't wait.
Well, see, I think the way that works too is I think when they do their election cycle, that only like half of them are up for re-election or have people running against them this time, and then
Yeah.
the next election cycle will be the other half. I think that's how that works. So you never
Okay.
change everybody at the same time.
Not yet, because that'll be too hectic.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming in here cleaning house.
Yeah, you can't.
Donald
you
Trump the
Everybody
shit
can't
out.
just drain. You just can't drain the swamp.
You're fired. You're fired.
How
Have
many
a
people
nice
did
day.
that guy fire? He fired a lot of people.
Shit, he's fired a bunch of people. I think he's fired 4 different people from one job.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. I remember in the early days, his PR guy just had to quit. Like, bro, don't do that.
Oh, the PR lady he had, Sarah Huckabee. Man,
That was his PR lady?
yeah, she didn't take
She-
shit from the media for nothing. They'd start
She-
talking crap, man. She'd break them down. She didn't care, but she
I think she failed him, though. 'Cause
she actually stepped down.
recently, I saw that.
Like last
I saw
week.
That,
Yeah, she stepped down. I think she's going to run for something, and I think she's from Arkansas. I think she's going to run for something there,
What, like Congress?
like Congress or senator or something like that, or
Yeah.
maybe even governor. Hell, I don't know. But she was good at her job. I mean,
dudes-
you got to think with
those
as
dudes
much
get
with
paid,
as much
though, bro.
shit as Donald Trump spouts. I mean, as a person, I don't like the guy.
Second,
As a businessman,
I love it.
I gotta respect him.
Me too.
As the president, the fucker's only done what he said he was gonna do.
I think that there's certain layers of the presidency, he's just not there. Usually with foreign affairs.
No,
And the whole relationship.
But see,
it's,
the
it's
deal
just
with-
not there. But like I said, the business wise and putting the country first, dude.
The deal with his
Great.
foreign policy, I think that's his whole deal, is he wants to go back more where America's the best. Fuck all y'all. Really, I think that's the dude's attitude, and
Well, yeah, because
It's
right now
okay.
America's his company,
it's okay for
so to
me.
speak.
Yeah.
It's okay for me to have that attitude because I'm not the fucking president.
Right.
But you can't get the president up there saying, you know what? I got this. Fuck y'all.
Now listen. I think that is an
Can't do
excellent
that.
quality for a president to have. But
But.
he needs to keep that under wraps.
Yeah.
Have that on the inside. Don't
Yeah.
verbalize it.
Yeah, keep.
Well, you can
keep that-
verbalize it. You just have to-
remember
No,
that.
don't
yeah.
even, don't
You
even
can verbalize. You have to verbalize it in the right fashion.
You gotta have some
Right.
tact.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's gotta
and
be-
And he's straight. He blunt with it. Fuck you guys.
Yeah,
You missed that, like,
And that's why he got elected.
Yeah.
Honestly.
got something in his ear. Don't say
Because
that. I'm saying that.
he's not your standard politician. He doesn't fuck around. He's you shut up. I mean he'll tell you get the press out there and the press will start hammering on something like, get him out of here. Shut him up.
Don't like what he's saying. Get him out of here.
Or I mean, or he'll just talk. You're fake news. You're fake news.
He's
You're
like, listen.
bullshit.
Listen,
I mean, it's
I prepared
crazy.
for this subject, and this is what we're sticking to.
This is what we're gonna talk
no,
about, people.
no surprise. That's not
mean,
really
no.
good. That's not really good though.
No.
If the media comes with questions, it is your job as a president to ask the question.
Yeah, but
answer the question
but
that
now,
they ask.
But now
like,
you
really.
have to look at the modern
You
media
gotta
too.
be respectful when you're asking, but still.
You have to look at the modern media too. They are out to get that guy.
Yeah.
I mean bad.
Yeah.
See, when Obama was president, Fox News was out to get Obama.
Definitely.
I mean, no bones about it. But everybody else is on his side, right?
I still think that just the presidency is like a figurehead, man. Like,
It is.
They're gonna do what they're gonna
It
do.
is.
Anyway.
I mean, he
It doesn't matter.
has certain powers, but
Ultimately,
yeah,
you just kind of there. Somebody to blame.
you're the guy to blame.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the face.
It's your job to take all the shit. Goddamn it, when the shit hits the fan, you're laying there, you're sitting there with your
and
mouth open.
nothing is more obvious than that than the George W. Bush president.
Oh boy! I said, young me hated Bush.
I think Dick Cheney had his hand up his ass working him like a damn puppet.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because have you seen that movie Cheney?
I have not.
Oh, dude, you need to see it. It's got I think Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney. They made him look old and everything.
How the
Dude,
fuck did
that dude was
Christian
like
Bale-
the Darth Vader of damn American politics.
Get out of here.
No shit.
Give me some examples.
Oh man, just the shit. He would put things into motion, get different people to do different things that he knew were going to react different ways, and then he could step in and he could save the day. Or he stepped in.
Get outta
Yeah,
here.
dude, it's
He was puppeteering that hard
That guy didn't
As
even have a
vice?
heartbeat.
as vice president.
before he was vice president. That's how he got to be vice president.
That boy off the chain.
Because they had a section of the movie. I wish I could remember who they had play Bush. He's been in a lot of movies too, but I can't remember who it was. But they're sitting outside, and he's asking him to run as vice president. He said, "Okay." He said, "I'll run as your vice president under these conditions." And he started laying out certain powers he wanted to have that vice presidents had never had before.
Oh wow.
W's just like, okay. Gave him all that. Gave him.
I
access.
think
That's crazy.
George W. His whole agenda was, I need to get back at Iraq because they beat my dad.
I'm not going to argue that.
I need to get back at Iraq because they beat my dad.
I mean, there might have been other things
And
that
he
he could
decimated
say
them.
that he could say, well, it's this, and this, and this, and this. But ultimately, his reason was, you made my daddy look bad.
Yeah, and he
And,
decimated them.
That is where the term shock and awe came
I'm
from.
trying to tell you.
It's like,
I've never seen a bunker buster at work until he came.
there was a situation. There was a situation at a certain drinking establishment I was at a couple of weeks ago, and I thought one of my buddies was, I'm not going to say being attacked, but I thought he was in trouble. I thought he was fixing to be into a fight.
Okay.
So I dropped what I was doing. I made it over there, and I hollered, "Hey!" And both of them turned around. And I would do it, but to blow out your mics. Both of them turned around and looked at me, and the sheer look of surprise on their face when they looked around and saw me reaching for a piece of the floor to come up and hit that guy with. And I realized, oh shit, they're just playing around. So I stopped and went back doing what I was doing. Well, my friend hit me up later. He's like, "Man, you were about to sucker punch the hell out of them." I'm like, "You're damn right." I said, "I thought you were in trouble, man." He's like, "No, man." I said, I understand. I said, "I realized y'all were just playing when I saw the looks on your face." I was like, "But he would have been knocked straight out the damn door." I said, "If there'd have been a different look on his face." I said, "It'd been on." He said, "Well, man," he said, "you shouldn't just sucker punch somebody." I said, "Man," I said, "that's the American way." And he said, "What's that mean? That's not American fight."
It is.
I was like,
Yeah, it is.
"Yeah, dude." I was like, that issue come. I said, "Look at when we invaded Iraq. We told them, don't fuck with us.
Guerrilla warfare is what we do. This is how we got independence.
Really?"
Yeah.
But it's like, I told him, I was like, "Man, when we invaded Iraq, we told them we was going to invade them." I was like, "Okay, you got your warning. Fuck with me, I'll mess you up."
Yeah.
Well, then in the middle of the night, we lit Baghdad up like a damn Christmas
Bro, it
tree.
was
We
lit.
dropped so many bombs on that place.
Yes, it was so many bombs dropping. From the camera angle that they got, if you look at the city from the outside, it was temporarily daytime.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, people could walk through the streets and pick up a penny.
Bro,
it was
lit.
right. I remember watching that shit on
Buildings
TV.
falling, people burning. It was fucking amazing.
I watched that on TV and I had a heart on 2 foot long. All I needed was a cheeseburger.
I
man.
was like, wow.
That was awesome. I was, military brat. I was all about the military.
And
dude. You
people
could
like,
watch that shit on CNN Live. It's
And
like,
people
oh,
like, we're gonna
they're
go to war with
fucked.
America. Bro, did you not see that?
Glad I wasn't
And
in
then
Baghdad.
after we knocked their dicks in the dirt like that, then the next day we come rolling in and our tanks are so superior to what they have. And not to mention,
Bro, they had tanks in the 80s.
yeah, they had Soviet tanks. And
Yeah.
and our tanks are specifically designed to withstand and destroy
Soviet
their tanks.
fighters.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy.
We
And
got
they-
missile launchers specifically for Soviet helicopters.
we
gave it to the
just-
Vietnamese.
just their damn tanks we had beat 5-1. We
That's
had
crazy.
5 Abrams tanks for every one T-72 that they had.
Bro, they just didn't have a chance.
Nah, huh?
Why would you pick a fight with?
That is the American way.
You think
You
ready?
don't
Bitch
just
slap.
you don't
We
just win. You make sure they never fucking do it again. You put their
You
dicks
win
in the
big.
dirt. That's
You
it.
win big.
You make them look stupid for
And
trying.
then you build an embassy and you teach their kids American language. You speak fucking English now.
That's it. Speak
Said
English.
Christianity.
Yeah, you're Christian and you speak English now, motherfucker.
Get that shit off your face. You don't have to wear that no more.
Yeah.
This is America now.
Yeah, your women should be half naked. Goddammit.
All the time.
I want to get the number for the American embassy, like in one of their countries, and call them up and see if it says press 2 for Arabic.
Press 2. Press
Yeah, remember
2.
how how it's always press 1?
Yes,
for,
press 1 for English. Press 2 for Arabic.
Like these motherfuckers number 2.
So number 2.
Blew them back to number 2.
We're sorry.
That
We
number
don't
cannot
speak
be
Arabic
reached.
here anymore. But shit, man, it's crazy, bro. We got some insane shit.
Oh yeah.
Like destruction, like war is what we do.
We have a bomb called the mother of all bombs.
The Moab, yes.
You know, what the? I mean,
Moab.
that's kind of on the nose, isn't it?
They're like,
I mean-
and we don't just threaten nuclear holocaust. We dropped it twice.
That's it. Oh, that was a funny. Oh, I saw a funny ass meme. It was around December the 7th, so it's the anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, yeah.
And it was some guy from some. It's a shit. Was it not Supernatural? It's one of the two brothers.
It's supernatural.
Is it?
Yeah.
He was
Sam
dressed
and
up.
Dean.
He was dressed
Okay.
up like a cowboy, and it says when you go into the Chinese restaurant, and they say, "Was it? Today's a good day" or something like that on December the 7th. It said,
Yeah.
"You done changed your last chong." I nearly shit on myself. That was so damn funny because like I woke up and I'm like, yeah, it's Pearl Harbor Day. Turn on the TV, turn on the internet. That's all they want to talk about. And then that meme popped up. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I seen a video about a guy who apparently survived both attacks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You
he
see
was
that shit?
he was on the outskirts of one city when they dropped the first one.
No, not the outskirts.
He was in the city.
He was in the city. He was 3 miles away from the bomb. How he
Holy
fucking
shit.
survived, I have no idea.
He got underground quick.
No.
No.
He was working for Mitsubishi. I watched this video very recently. It's the only reason I know this well. But working for Mitsubishi, the bomb went off, killed everybody in the place where he worked. Sole survivor in the area he was.
He's a mutant.
Yep, seriously. And so, and this is Hiroshima. He was there. That's where he worked.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, now I'm going back to Nagasaki.
Where I'm from.
Where he lives. And he went back to Nagasaki and told him, he said, listen, it was one bomb and it destroyed the whole city. Now, at the time, this is unheard of.
Yeah.
They were just like, dude, you're fucking crazy. You're having like
Yeah, you have a breakdown because they bombed the hell out of the city.
News didn't travel that fast at the
Yeah,
time.
then you hear brrr, he's going, you gotta be
No,
shit
he said,
me.
I saw one plane and it destroyed the city. I was there. He telling people about it and they almost put him in a mental hospital. And in the middle of telling the story to the doctor that was about to admit him to the mental hospital,
They bombed Nagasaki.
right there. You're crazy. Boom. Well, dead vaporized person. I'm not so crazy now, huh,
There might be something to this.
yeah.
Yeah, he's probably like that's like how you build a supervillain, isn't it? You didn't just get hit by one.
Yo.
You were there for two.
Yo.
That like goes from villain because like hit.
Villain is super villain.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hitler, you were about to say? Go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll hit you with a nuclear weapon.
So?
The deal,
Again?
do you know why Hitler had that fucked up mustache?
Did he have cleft lip?
No. When he was in World War One and he was a regular infantryman, and back then all the Hessians, because he was originally from Austria, they all had great big flowing mustaches like you see knights and shit have in pictures.
Yeah.
That's what they wore. Well, he was in a damn trench, and they started the damn chemical warfare. That's back when they started during World War One, and they could see the cloud rolling, and it come down in the trench with them because it was heavier than the air around it, so it rolls across like a fog and go down the trench. So everybody started putting on their gas mask. All the people died because they couldn't get their gas mask to seal around their mustaches. That's the reason the military gives you for making you shave all the time. And so you'll get a good seal on your gas mask. And it's true. If you've got stubble, you don't get a good seal on your gas mask.
Right.
But after
got
that,
an Israeli gas mask.
he held his breath until he could get up and out of the trench and get the hell away. And then he went in the back alley of this place he was and took his field knife out and shaved his damn mustache off and left that spot in the middle because he couldn't get underneath his nose. And he liked it, so he just kept it. I watched. That was
I
on
would
the
like
History
it too
Channel.
if it
I watched
saved my life.
Yeah, he said
Like,
no.
this fucking cut saved my
Everybody
life.
that was with him all died because of their stupid damn mustaches. That'd be a bitch, wouldn't
That's
it?
crazy. But in the middle,
Like,
when
I might have
when you
died,
go to war,
but it looked sweet.
yeah.
I mean, what the
In the middle
hell?
of war, you don't think of little stuff like
No,
that.
no. Hey, especially back then. I mean, I'm not gonna say people were dumb back then.
They just didn't know.
They
Yeah,
just
they weren't
didn't.
advanced. They didn't know.
There's no way to know. Yeah.
Like a World War II helmet, you can shoot a pistol through it.
Crazy.
A 9mm can go
Crazy.
straight through it. World War II helmet.
Oh,
And
helmet.
They put the helmet on their head thinking it's going to protect the head. You can take a 9mm and shoot straight through it.
I thought you said hammock for some reason. I was like,
Why would you have a World War II
Well,
helmet?
you really should.
that's why. No,
I don't think those
you
will survive.
said helmet. I went,
Fuck
oh,
war.
helmet.
I'm relaxing. War? What war? Drink it. Have a martini.
Bartender. Get over here.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy, bro.
What's up there, empty tumbler? I hadn't seen any Jack Daniels being poured today.
He trying to ease up on it, man.
Well, that's good.
You'll see that after the podcast.
Okay, cool.
He's trying to be straight while he's casting, which I definitely respect.
Yeah.
And then he gets hammered afterwards.
Pretty much.
All right then.
And it doesn't help that I woke up like 2 hours ago.
Oh hell. Yeah,
So this is morning for you. Now
I
you know
had
how I feel.
I know I had the hair of the dog crawling all over my ass when you guys showed up. I was like, oh god, I gotta do this. Drink water.
I know. I had half of the empty tumbler show up last night for karaoke. I guess you had to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at work.
And don't let me sing.
Ever.
That was entertaining.
It was. I had
It
fun.
was entertaining. It looked like you're having fun.
Everybody was
You
was
sing
doing
what you
their
want.
thing. I did.
That's it.
I sang. Well, I did that one song. If you get with me on how to sing that song, like listen to the one that I
Oh,
listened
the
to.
beer run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we could really sing that
Oh,
song.
yeah.
And I got to do it. Dude, I had been drinking since 3 o'clock.
Ellen, what time was it?
And when we showed up to the bars, like 11:30, 12.
Yeah, it was probably close to midnight, maybe
you been
1.
drinking for how many
Well, I
hours?
stopped at about 7. Started drinking some water and all that stuff. Then we ended up coming down there. Oh, and yeah, I started drinking Jack and Coke again. Didn't work out.
The fuck are you doing?
Crap, man.
Oh Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
he's got a leg cramp. So anybody that doesn't know, my man Anthony's been working out.
Yeah. He's trying to conquer his inner bitch.
That's
so he
it.
did cardio today.
He's gonna cardio it up.
Now he's walking around like a limp dog.
Yep. Somewhere there's an elliptical machine that has one leg longer than the other. To where apparently.
So when do you write?
A lot of times it's like late at night. Like I have a weird work schedule where I work until 5 every day, and I
Okay.
have Fridays off. So I'll get home at night, do whatever needs to be done around the house, mess with the dog. And it used to be I would either watch one of the multiple streaming movie services, or I would sit and go down the rabbit hole on either Facebook or YouTube. And I would be
Okay.
on that till 1 in the morning before I go to bed. But when I started playing this stuff, an idea came to my mind for a song that I had written. And I sat down and I wrote it. And I realized, I wasn't on the I wasn't on the internet all night.
Yeah.
And look at what I got accomplished. So that's kind of where I go now. Like whenever I get home and get settled.
Yeah, battery behind you. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's fine. Whenever oh, it's on the floor. I don't know why I'm looking at the ceiling. But I'll go home and I'll sit down at night instead of hopping on the internet. I'll pick up my tablet and see if I can get anything writing, and if I can get anything cooking like that, I'll stay on that. But if it's a night where I don't particularly not feeling it, I'll just that's when I go down the rabbit hole. And everybody says, if you go down the rabbit hole, you've wasted all your time. I've actually helped myself a little bit doing that. Like sit there, go down the rabbit hole on like YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, it recommends this video. Well, now there is some detrimental shit I've done. Like I'll start watching like Steven Crowder, and it'll send me to Ben Shapiro. That's a smart dude. You might not agree with what he says, but you need to listen to him. He is a smart dude. Ben Shapiro. He's a little Jewish guy. He's really young. Graduated from, I can't remember if it's Yale or Harvard, one of the two. He's a smart dude. But then it sent me to somebody else, and like that night, I was being told shit that I know, shit that I agree with. So really, you're farting in the wind. I mean, I already know this. I'm just listening to somebody.
Bias.
Yeah, I'm just listening to somebody confirm what I already believe.
Right.
But then there's some nights where I get on like, I want to hear Wheeler Walker Jr. and I'll look that up. Well, I'll do 3 or 4 songs of his, and then it'll throw somebody in. It'll throw somebody like Tyler Childers in there, which he's another. I don't know if you really call. He's kind of country, but he's like a weird folk country mix. But I really like his stuff.
Country?
Yeah, I'll have to play you some of his stuff sometime. But it's different sounding. It doesn't sound like the pop country or even the old country.
Oh, okay.
It's got a different sound to it.
I like
but,
different.
You get some of him. Sturgill that I liked, since I searched him one time, now it shows up all the time. Sturgill's the shit. He's the real deal. He sounds like a cross between Jerry Reed. You know who Jerry Reed is?
Yeah.
He sounds like a cross between him and Waylon.
Get out
It's weird, man. He has
like voice wise, or
yeah,
what?
like that's what his voice sounds like.
That's
It's
weird.
like he bounces between the two. He has one song, and the catch line is, "They call me King Turd up here on shit mountain, but if you want it, you can have the crown." That's it goes through all the troubles
name
in
of
it.
the song?
No. It's called "You Can Take the Crown." I think is the name of the
You
song.
can take the crown.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he goes through talking about all the problems he's having and everything else. And he's like, "Yep, but the people in the crowd say I ain't half bad." He said, "You can call me King Turd up here on shit mountain, but if you want it, you can have the crown." And I was like, sold.
Is it?
I love that song, man. It's an awesome song. And I started listening to some. It's like, okay, well, you like that one?
Inspiration from what?
What's that?
Did you pull some inspiration?
I don't really think so. I like playing his stuff, but I don't think I've really pulled anything really from him. I don't know. We'll see.
Who did you pull inspiration from since you do music?
A lot of it was you got Cash. A lot of people tell me I sound like Cash. It's kind of crazy when I sing because I don't think I sound like Cash. I think people just don't know what Cash is supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
I've been told I can do a decent Willie. I don't think I do a decent Willie. I just think I do a better Willie than a lot of people that try to do Willie.
Yeah.
But some of Willie Nelson's, like sad stuff. That's kind of where I pull my sad from. It's like Willie Nelson,
Like
vibe.
Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Seven Spanish
Yeah.
Angels, stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, everything. Willie always sang everything had a lot of soul in it. You could tell he really meant it.
Willie will make you cry.
So I like that. And
really emotional kind
the
of dude,
pissed off when I write a song where I'm mad or I'm pissed off about something, I pull Cash for that.
Yeah.
Because
I can see that. Yeah.
he was an irreverent fucker. He didn't give a damn what you thought, and he's going to tell you. And the hell with you. And that's kind of my main too, which is kind of weird.
Cash
and then
that's kind of weird. That's a weird combination.
I don't know what I could pull from Wheeler, but he's one of my heroes.
He's hilarious.
He is a funny dude, and he genuinely doesn't give a damn. So I think
the comedy aspect.
The whole not giving a damn, I think, is all my country heroes. I think that's something they all have in common.
See, I see a lot of Merle Haggard in you.
You think so?
Yeah, you got that attitude. Merle didn't give a fuck.
That's kind of how I am.
Is it kind of is you going for the whole individuality?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to
Yeah,
have to go with the grain. I can
yeah,
think. I think for myself.
I'm not gonna be how you want me to be. I'm gonna be how I am. If you don't like it, well, fuck you.
Yeah, there's
you
plenty
ain't
of
gotta
people who
listen.
like me.
And
Yeah.
a little co. A little co.
Maybe a little bit.
You got a little co in you. That's who it is. And see, when I'm angry, or when if I'm like you said, you do your get your motivation.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like an angry song you do Cash. I would do like David Allen Coe or maybe even like George Jones.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
some of George
I
Jones,
love me
he
some Possum.
digs in.
Yeah.
And then like when it comes to the sad stuff, of course, Willie.
Yeah.
That would be my pick, or Randy Travis.
I like
But
Randy
you gotta
Travis.
understand, I'm
Yeah.
in my 30s.
Yeah.
You know, Randy Travis to
But
me
see-
is old country.
Randy Travis.
You don't like Randy Travis?
Oh, I'll listen to the hell out of some Randy Travis.
And so
but-
will I. Hell, I sung. I sung "Love You Forever" as my wedding vows
Yeah.
But that's just
to my
it's-
wife.
It's not something. I mean, I'll listen to him. I've got him on some of my playlists.
Yeah.
It's just it's not. He's really not a guy I draw from.
No, I'm not saying you do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not by any means. I don't see that in you at all.
Shoot, man. I don't got no inspiration musically at all. Because I'm not a music guy. I just sing for fun. Not an artist at all. So.
Well, of course
Man,
you
with
are,
a
because you
voice
put
like
your own
that.
twist on stuff, man. You are, and
Nah,
you know it's probably really easy
I
for you
do
to write songs
karaoke.
through everything that you've been through in your life. It'd be so easy for you to write songs. You could write songs that move people.
Yeah.
That really help a lot of people.
Yeah, but it'd be gangster shit.
But see, you wouldn't have to be. I mean, you could write.
I'm not.
hip-
I am not. I
hip-hop.
was not the dude then.
You could
that
write
I am
soul
now.
music. You could literally write soul music.
About gangster shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
There's a
Nobody's done it before.
Soul music about gangster shit. Oh, okay. 'Cause
Yeah,
I was a little.
it's
G.
just
I
on
thought
your
I was a little
expression
G.
and how you put it out there. I mean, and the way that you sing, man, you sing great.
I'm not really a good singer. I'm a great mimic.
Okay, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I was fixing to argue with you, but
No,
yeah,
yeah.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm not a good singer. I'm a great mimic.
Well, have you ever come up with like something in your head and just started singing it?
Nope. Like seriously, no. I'm not a good singer. I'm a great mimic.
Okay, well, write some words down and sing them, and how you would sing them, and then that would give you your
But
style. Right
see
there.
that's I understand where you're coming from, because I'm the same way. I can get up here, I can do Garth Brooks, and I sound like Garth Brooks. I do Metallica. I try to sound like damn James Hetfield.
Right.
So you're trying to stay true to
Yeah,
this. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
That's
You're
why
trying
I'm good
to-
at
you're trying to-
karaoke,
Yeah,
but I'm a great
because
mimic.
you can make it sound like it's supposed to sound, and
A lot of
people
people be like,
totally
"Oh, you're singing
identify with
crazy.
it.
You sound just like Gnarls Barkley."
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, okay, but
But
my
now
point
see,
is-
whenever you write your own song, like me, I'm writing my own songs, and you start singing. You know, you're singing them in how you sing to find out, because
Exactly.
I do it opposite than a lot of people. A lot of people write out the chords, find the music, and then they write lyrics. I write lyrics and then put chords to them.
that's
Okay.
yeah.
So, you know, I'm sitting there singing it to myself when I'm figuring out what chords need
Yeah.
to go where. And then it's like, okay, so I sing that, and like I'll set up my phone and I'll play it and I'll record it just for me. And I'll listen back to it, I'm like, God, how does anybody like my voice? Because when I sing my songs, I sing in my voice and people still like it. And I'm like, I guess I've always heard that you're your own harshest critic.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
the worst
And
critic.
I criticize my voice. I'm like, oh man, listen to this redneck. How does anybody listen to this crap? It's weird though. I guess if it's not you, and of
I don't
course,
know.
have
But
you,
that
have-
coming
do you go back and do you listen to the podcast y'all do?
No, I don't.
no.
Why don't you?
I don't know. I probably will
Because
criticize.
something in your mind knows you're not going to like the way you sound. I think that's everybody. I think everybody has that issue.
Really?
I really do. I really think it. I haven't met anybody that I've talked to. I mean, you know, it isn't like I walk up to people on the street like, "Hey, man, you ever listen to yourself talk?" But everybody, I have talked to people about it before. Like with Anthony, we used to do airsoft videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we'd be sitting there, I mean, for hours going through video footage, cutting together a video. That's how I learned to edit video. But you sit there and you watch it for hours, and you're like, oh my God, this is so damn terrible. Well, to you it is, because, I mean, you have an idea of what it's supposed to be, but nobody else does.
Do you think you idealize your own voice is what it is? Do you like, okay, I sound like this, and this is a good image of what I imagine myself sounding like?
And then you
really.
hear it and it doesn't sound anything like it.
Yeah.
Now, to bring it full circle, you write your own songs in your own style, and that's the way it goes. Now, if I were to sing your song in karaoke,
Yeah.
I would be mimicking you.
Yeah, you'll be trying. Well,
But that's my point is you are your own artist. Everybody
Yeah.
is their own artist. And when you write something, you write it in your own style and how you would do it.
That's probably why I never wrote.
But if you would write, you would develop, it just comes natural to you. Like if you're like, if I want to read this sentence, how can I make it a song, or how would I sing it if I had to sing it?
yeah,
I get, okay,
Essentially, it's how that works.
I get
out.
what you're saying, but like, I'm not a good like. I don't
Nobody
know
is.
where to put high notes. You know, I can sing a high note.
You would
That's when you go-
it would just come
you
natural.
go through it again and again. 'Cause I mean, you've written it.
Yeah.
You recorded it for yourself to make sure you knew how it's supposed to go. Well, then you got to practice it so you know it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every time
Put,
you
like, a
practice,
little twist on it.
you're gonna change it. Every time you play, something is gonna change. That's something I never realized either. Whenever you go, say like you buy this album, Metallica. You buy this new Metallica album.
Yes, I would.
Saint Anger. I wake up at night in cold sweats going, Saint Anger, oh my God. But you buy I bought the Metallica Black Album. I saw that concert 2 times in 2 different venues.
Lucky bastard.
Completely different both times. You have the album version. Now, I get the album version and the live version.
Right.
Because, I mean, you got a lot of production and everything.
Exactly.
Okay, so I hear this version. I'm like, okay, they did that different. You see them 3 weeks later play
Performing
the same song, and it's different. You're like, what the hell? And that's when you realize every time you play a song, you're going to do something different.
Yeah.
And it's
Air's
just-
a little thicker.
Yeah, something changes.
2 chicks
And
got their tits out in the front of you when you're about to hit that high note.
That would most definitely throw you off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, just stop and admire
Nah,
the tits.
if you're trying to keep singing, it will throw you off.
What?
Titties mesmerize me. I'm like, Daddy.
Take it from a guy who sings Rodney Carrington, Show Them to Me, and Drop 'Em Out by Wheeler Walker Jr. When you're performing and a titty comes out, it will throw you off. If you have seen so many titties in your life, that the errant titty, whether it's a nice titty or like, oh my God, I mean, it's going to throw you
Titties
off.
throw you off.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
It just happens.
Yeah, it's natural.
But like I was saying, it could be something changing like that. It could be,
They say once
they
you
got
see
together.
one pair of titties, you want to see the rest of them.
I found that to be kind of true.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's different every time. I mean, they would change words.
Words?
They would change
The lyrics
now,
of the song?
Now the entire phrase, that line.
Oh, how they say it.
Well, they'd change how they say it, but it's like they would say that line, and they would change a word in that line. So it wasn't like they would change entire parts of the song. They would just change one word for another.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it
Gotcha,
wasn't like
gotcha.
I can totally understand if it's like a censorship thing, even though I don't like doing that. I have sang Son of a Bitch by, who is it? Nathaniel Ratcliffe, and I can't think of the rest of the band. But if you look up, it was popular on 106.5. It sounded like the Blues Brothers.
I got you.
That song. And it's a son of a bitch, give me a drink. I played at a place and they wanted me to censor that song. Now,
So how would you censor that song? How did you censor
that's
that
what
song?
I asked him. I said, exactly what would you like me to replace son of a bitch with? And he's like, well, can you sing son of a gun? Like, I don't like it, but yeah, man, this is your joint. So that's what I did. I sang the
what you
song
want?
as son of a gun.
Would they pay you?
Give me a drink. No, huh?
They wouldn't pay you?
It was open mic, but
Oh,
you
okay.
got
I got you.
you
You
got
gotta
kind of
adhere to-
yeah. If you want to play there anymore, because I learned that the hard way too. But but anyway, I went through the whole song, and finally the crowd was starting. The crowd they knew what song I was playing. They knew what word was supposed to be there, and they knew that I had been asked to change it to that.
Oh, they
So,
cover you.
Yeah, they were into it, dude. They were clapping along. They were singing along. They were singing "bitch" while I was singing "gun." And then I go through the whole thing, and I'm all jacked up and I'm excited because the crowd's into it, and it slipped. And the rest of the song I played "son of a bitch." I'm like, you know what? The crowd is singing it.
Why not?
Why am I going to
What
censor
they say?
myself?
They-
They didn't say nothing.
They say it was cool?
They didn't say it was cool, but they didn't. I mean, it
No,
wasn't like
no,
Well,
they
but
didn't
you
say
were going
nothing.
with the popular opinion in the house.
If everybody else
Yeah.
is already
If they're
screaming
already into it.
what good's it going to do me to censor it?
Right.
that was kind of cool.
And that was kind of cool of the venue to be like, you know what?
Well, I mean, the place, they allow kids in there, and at that time, when I started singing that song, it looked like there was like maybe a 10, 11-year-old boy in there. But in the same sense, I played another open mic not too long ago, and I got there, and the place was, I wouldn't say it's full, it was probably, half full. Well, there was a couple there that had like a 10, 11-year-old boy with them.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there the whole, they're having a good time. They're drinking. The mom and dad are drinking. The kid's sitting there. He's on his phone.
Let's get him home.
You can, yeah, no shit, right? When'd you get your first driving experience? Well, mom and dad were drunk. But he's sitting there on his phone, and you just see it in his eyes. He's just like, God, when can we go home? And it was my turn to get up there and play. And I was playing a little bit, and I told him, I was like, okay, y'all. I said, this is your parental advisory warning. I said, you have 2 songs until I go from 0 to 120. I said, because I'm going to drop some Wheeler Walker on you. And I looked right at them, and they were looking right at me. Never made a move. All right,
here we go.
Played one more song. I said, all right, y'all. I said, you had your warning. And I started out with, what was it? I think it was Finger Up My Butt by Wheeler Walker Jr. This kid... No, it was Pussy King. I did Pussy King. That's what I started out with. Man, when I got to the panties drop down whenever I sing, I'm a honky tonk legend, I'm a Pussy King. That kid turned around from where he was sitting. That phone was forgotten. His eyes were as big as saucers, and he was listening. And I thought, when I got done, I know the first thing that boy's going to sing on the bus when school starts back. He's going to be on the bus like, hey, man, you need to check this song out. I'm like, oh, I have corrupted a young individual.
Oh,
and
man.
the parents were like totally cool with it.
Bro, that's great.
My mom and dad I would have been out of there so quick. There would have still been like ass sweat stain on the seat where I'd been sitting would be like dissipating into the air. They would have jerked me out of there so quick if somebody would have made that announcement.
You gave that kid a cut. He probably was the most popular kid that day.
Get on social media. Check this video I found out.
Going hard.
Yeah, going searching YouTube for Pussy
Ain't gonna lie, bro.
King.
You when it comes to Wheeler Walker, you opened my eyes to him. I did not know who he was until that time you.
Well, see,
showed me.
Snoop Dogg. Out of all the people, Snoop Dogg is where I learned about Wheeler Walker Jr.
Get out of here.
He had a damn, I can't remember his Instagram or Twitter post that went, it went viral, and they put it on Facebook. And I was just scrolling past, I'm like, well, what's Snoop Dogg doing? Because he's sitting there getting his hair braided. And he said, I never knew country went this hard. And he starts singing along with Fuck You, Bitch. Because it's playing in the background. He's like, fuck yeah, Snoop trying to do a country accent. And I laughed my ass. I'm like, so I went to YouTube. I'm like, fuck you.
What is he talking about?
Look at this shit, man. There's this dude that's been around for 4 albums that I never heard about. And I was like, holy crap, this guy's awesome.
That let you know that Snoop keep his ear to the ground.
That's it,
That's
man.
good. He's so into music, he keep his ear to the ground.
Yeah. I've known about Wheeler Walker Jr. since 2014.
I didn't know until Kirby
Thanks for
played.
telling somebody. Damn.
I did actually because that was it was before you started working with him.
Might have been.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that dude.
I got bad news, guys.
Oh no.
I gotta go to work.
He's gonna turn into a pumpkin.
I gotta go to work.
We gotta make that money.
Yeah, gotta punch the clock, man. That's what it is. Some people can make money without punching the clock. Not this guy.
Haven't quite figured that part out yet.
Yeah, no kidding.
But y'all gonna keep going or what?
It's up to you. You want to keep going?
I don't know. We can if you want to.
All right. Well, I'm going. I'm gonna close out with CCS Motorsports. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by CCS Motorsports for all your on-road and off-road needs.
If you can dream it, we can build it.
Hey, he fixed everything. 4-wheelers, side-by-sides,
Chainsaws.
dirt bikes.
You do chainsaws?
Yeah.
Nice.
Scooters. Got something with the scooter. You can fix that too. So, anything all-terrain, make it happen.
Make it happen. Bring it on.
Make it happen.
AR out.
AR's out. All right, Tumblers, thanks for stopping by. Remember to like it, subscribe, share, and we love you. We'll see you guys here in a little bit. Me and Kirby are going to be back for hip-hop, Hump Day Hip-Hop.
Hump Day
Yeah,
hip-hop.
and we'll be putting it on YouTube. We'll send you guys out. Might do it on Facebook. I'm
Hey,
not sure.
you better spit some bars, man.
See you guys.
Oh my God.
I want to see Kirby spit bars.
Well, keep watching. I'll tag you in it.
All right. You got it, big dog. Oh, you got to shut it down.
Yeah, I got to make sure it's all shut down real quick.
it up there. Top stream. Oh no.
Man, I can't wait to Tuesday.